I'm known for meddling in other people's affairs, Qing Yushan said, folding his arms across his chest. Believe it or not, I can even report you to the emperor. Shin Jin glanced at me coldly over Qing Yushan's shoulder. Miss One, I must advise you that words should not be spoken carelessly. With that, Shin Jin turned and left. Qing Yushan turned back to me and comforted me in a gentle voice. It's all right now, miss. Qing Yushan's skin was darker than Shin Jin's, and his features were not as sharp as Shin Jin's, as if they had been carved by a dull knife, handsome but with a bit more naivety. Perhaps seeing that I didn't respond, Qing Yushan spread his fingers and waved them in front of my eyes. Before he could pull his hand back, I grasped it firmly and looked straight into his eyes. Thank you, hero, for saving my life. I have nothing to repay you with, so how about offering myself in marriage? Qing Yushan's eyelid twitched, and he hastily pulled his hand back, stammering, miss. I, Qing Yushan, am not like Shin Jin, a scoundrel. I just can't stand. My lips curled up unconsciously. He's naive and simple. Where can you find such an easy-to-fool husband? Young Master Cheng's chivalrous deeds make me admire you very much. I pretended to be shy, covering my face. To tell you the truth, I have always wanted to marry someone like you since I was young, with strong martial arts and a kind heart. As I spoke, I walked towards Qing Yushan. I wonder if you could... Under the faint moonlight, I saw Qing Yushan's ears were red as if they were about to bleed. Qing Yushan kept retreating, his eyes dodging left and right, not daring to look at me. I pressed on, laughing, young Master Qing, it's dark here, you're so far away, I can't see you clearly. I seized the opportunity, pretending to trip, and threw myself towards Qing Yushan. Qing Yushan believed it and quickly reached out to catch me. I didn't hesitate to press my lips against his, our bodies close together, and I could even feel the rhythm in his chest gradually speeding up. I glanced at Qing Yushan out of the corner of my eye, and saw that his ears seemed to have been instantly burned, completely red. Miss? Qing Yushan's eyes widened, unable to explain the scene in front of him. I didn't mean to take advantage of you. He struggled to push me away. Miss Shen. Qing Yushan quickly gave up struggling, his body tense, because he found his hand was being held by me. I couldn't help but laugh at Qing Yushan's helpless look. Now that I am the young master's person, you have always been upright, you won't abandon me, will you? Before Qing Yushan could speak, Qiao Ruoyan's voice came from not far away. Ye Wen Ning. I suddenly remembered that I had arranged to visit the night market with Qiao Ruoyan tonight, and I quickly told Qing Yushan, my name is Wen Ning, my father is Wen Xianzhong, and we live at the end of Lu Fu Street. Qing Yushan's face was full of surprise, his eyes full of disbelief. Ye Wen Ning, you... The betrothal gifts don't have to be much, but the etiquette should be sufficient, otherwise my mother will be unhappy. Also, remember to buy off that fortune teller named Zhou Yu in advance, and let him speak well of you in front of my father. Why do you... Qing Yushan's face was still full of doubts. Of course, I want you to propose, fool. I reached out and touched the tip of his nose, pretending to be angry. That night at the night market, I drank a lot of wine and woke up late the next day. I didn't wait for Qing Yushan to propose, but I heard that Shin Jin insisted on marrying me and had a falling out with Old Lady Shen. The reason was that Old Lady Shen had a high person look at my birth date and time, saying that I have an extremely mean fate, which is against the husband. I saw Qingling anxiously walking back and forth in front of the bed in a daze, and the remaining drunkenness surged up, causing a splitting headache. This matter was entirely planned by Old Lady Shen. She has always doted on Shin Jin, so how could she have a falling out with her own son? Moreover, the rumor spread all over the capital overnight, which is hard to believe that someone didn't do it on purpose. Shin Jin is one of the best men among the sons of the gentry. In the last life, when I attended the banquet with Shin Jin, I often met the envious eyes of the noble ladies. Shin Jin's proposal was grand, and I don't know how many eyes were staring at the one mansion. My father immediately refused the marriage, and even if he didn't say the reason, other people would find out. In the last life, when old lady Shin criticized me, she also said that Shin Jin could even marry a princess. Her own beloved was slandered for being against the wife, and old lady Shin naturally couldn't swallow this breath. In just 2 days, she came up with a way to retaliate. Saying that I have an extremely mean fate and am against the husband is just to make the men in the capital stay away from me, and then using Shin Jin because of me to make their mother and son estranged, saying that I seduced Shin Jin to instigate their mother-son relationship, making the ladies of the major families dislike me. After all, who would want a bad daughter-in-law who would make the family uneasy? In fact, old lady Shin's means are exactly the same as I thought. No one dares to marry. Isn't that the real end of the marriage? But I don't know why. I feel a bit unwilling. After all, I just deceived Qing Yushan, and now there is such a fuss. I don't know what he will think of me. I sighed and looked at the top of the account in a daze. Don't be angry, miss. The master has sent someone to check. Ye Qingling thought I was sad and hurriedly comforted me. It doesn't matter. I might as well not marry. It's just a pity that I couldn't be a widow for Qing Yushan. Don't say such discouraging words, miss. Qingling is more anxious than me. Fortune-telling is all about a mouth. We might as well find someone with higher prestige. Let him calculate that the miss is born with a noble look, prosperous husband and children. Qingling made me laugh, and I stopped her. If you really want to do this, wouldn't I have to fight with the Shin mansion endlessly? Besides, Shin Jin won't let the rumors spread wantonly. He can't accept the outcome of both sides being hurt. Shin Jin is such a smart person. In the last life, in order to let old lady Shin relax and let Yen Yu enter the door, he married me and led her step by step, and finally pushed me into the abyss. Later I committed suicide, and he pretended to be affectionate every day for his own reputation. From beginning to end, the injured are others, and the one who is preserved is Shin Jin himself. Qingling frowned and looked puzzled. Miss has never seen that Shin Jin. How do you know what he thinks in his heart? I didn't want to explain too much to Qingling, and only left a mysterious sentence. You men, they are all the same.